The Adventurer's Log 2.0201.21. Hi, I'm Bobby, I'm your host, and today is my first video of 2021. So let's get into this day in tech history, then I'll give you a little bit of an update before I do my review. So, our first story comes from February 1st, 1893. Thomas Edison finishes construction of the first motion picture studio, the Black Maria, officially known as the Kinetographic Theater in West Orange, New Jersey. The name Black Maria came from a slang term for police wagons, also known as paddy wagons, which were similarly cramped, uncomfortable, and dark. Our next story comes from February 1st, 1957. Felix Wankel's first working prototype DKM-54 of the Wankel engine runs in Germany. The Wankel engine is more commonly referred to as the rotary engine because it is the most successful design of such an engine, although there are other engines that are considered rotary. The most common use for the Wankel engine is by Mazda in their RX series of cars. Our third story comes from February 1st, 1982. The Intel 80286 processor is introduced in 6 and 8 MHz versions. It was employed for the IBM PCAT, introduced in 1984, and then widely used in most PCAT compatible computers until the early 1990s. The 286, as it was most commonly called, paved the way for the PC and now Macintosh, as we know it today. And our last story of the day. It's kind of a somber one. It comes from February 1st, 2003. The Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrates during re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, killing all 7 astronauts aboard. The cause of the disaster was a piece of foam insulation the size of a small briefcase that broke off the external tank during launch and struck the leading edge of the left wing. This damaged the shuttle's thermal protection system, or TPS, which protected it from the heat generated by the atmosphere during re-entry. The damage allowed hot gases to penetrate and destroy the internal wing structure, resulting in the in-flight breakup of Columbia. This story, the reason I say it's somber, obviously people died, but this story hits me pretty hard. I've always been a fan of NASA and space flight and space exploration, probably due to all the sci-fi TV shows I've watched as a kid, Star Trek, Stargate, Farscape, all sorts of stuff like that. But also because this and also the damage that happened after Discovery launched a few years after this accident, a very similar incident happened during the launch that pretty much shut down NASA in the spaceflight world for quite a long time. I'm excited for SpaceX and what NASA's now doing, and that's the last great frontier. And I've always felt that if mankind wasn't in space, we weren't achieving great things anymore. So I'm excited to see what happens in the upcoming, let's say, 10 years. So, all right. So I have an update, and then we'll get into my review. So instead of me making videos every day, I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week. make them a little bit longer and pack in more reviews in said videos. So haven't decided yet if I'm going to do Mondays and Thursdays or Tuesdays and Fridays. That way there's a little bit of a gap in between, enough time to, watch more stuff or do a little bit more research on said stuff. So I will decide that, but it'll make it a little easier on me instead of having to do a video every single day. So, all right, let's get into my reviews for today. I'm going to cover some of the stuff that I've missed while I was gone and a couple things that I've not talked about before. So, the very first thing I'm going to talk about is The Mandalorian. So the finale was fantastic. Grogu was saved by Mando and his team of merry men, I guess. There was a very unique cameo that was thrown in there that the actors who filmed that scene did not know was going to happen. So when that episode was aired, Katie Sackhoff, who played one of the other Mandalorians in the episode, tweeted freaking out because she didn't realize that they were going to do this. Well, the cameo that they had come in, because they had a Jedi Knight come in and help fight off the big robots, was Luke Skywalker. And it was CGI'd on, and it was well done. This picture doesn't do it justice. It was well done. And Mark Hamill was very, very impressed that they did that. So I'm looking forward to where that goes from there. As well as the episode ended with the beginning of Chapter 2, which will be about Boba Fett taking over the fractured Hutt Empire. So that's going to be fun. All right, let's get to our next review. Star Trek Discovery. I know a lot of people haven't seen all of this season or most of this season or whatever because they're not going to pay for CBS All Access. That's fine. So I'm not going to give as many spoilers as I did with Mandalorian. So the finale was fantastic as well. So we figured out what caused the burn and how to prevent it from happening again. While people were on said planet that the burn started from, this Discovery was back at Starfleet headquarters, and there were some fights happening and taking over of this and that and all that fun jazz. While a few people were on the planet that the burn started from, there was Saru, person who caused it. Saru and the person who caused it, And then there was also Kolber and Adira Tal, the first human Trill joined host. So, one of the things that was very present in this season was Adira Tal, the human host to a Trill symbiote. She was seeing her previous boyfriend, who was a Trill host. And when they're on the planet that the burn happened, there was a lot of holodeck technology being used, and everybody could see gray. So I would not be surprised if in the next season, which they either just started filming or they're about to start filming, if we see more of gray in a holodeck or hologram basis. So that'll be pretty neat. While that is happening, while they're figuring out what caused the burn and how to stop it, Burnham and the rest of the crew are on Discovery trying to fight off the Orion bad guy, Asira, I think. Yeah, Asira. And Asira's killed. But in the process of saving the ship and then heading to save the crew that's on the planet that the burn happened from, Burnham ends up being awarded captainship of Discovery. And Saru's going to take a little bit of a break to help with the person that caused the burn. And it ends with hints and the beginnings of other planets coming back into the Federation fold. So the Trills, as well as Navarre, which is the Vulcan Romulan joined homeworld now. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be another fun season. And now our next story that I've not talked about before, is Farscape. It was early 2000s, filmed in Australia and broadcast on Sci-Fi Channel. It's about a human astronaut. Let's see. Him. Lost on the other side of the universe, fighting aliens and trying to get home. There were 4 seasons and a 2-part film. And on Amazon Prime, where it is, the 2-part film, has actually been joined together as one film. It is a fantastic series. It is, like I said, or if I didn't say, I meant to say, it was done with Jim Henson Studios. So, like, this alien right here, it's all puppeteered. There's another alien. Let's see. Don't have him there on the screen. But another alien that's fully robotic and a lot of fun. And Brian Henson, the son of Jim Henson, who is in charge of Jim Henson Studios, has said he's been trying to reboot the series or do another film. So I'm hoping that he can do either and or both. So, all right. So my next review is a little different than what I normally do. This is Fate, the Winx saga on Netflix. It is a very dark, gritty, mature story based on a animated children's show, The Winx Club. It's about fairies and specialists, warriors, going to a school to learn how to protect good from evil. It's definitely darker tone and very much geared towards young adults, if not adults in general. Because you've got moody kids trying to figure out their place in the world with boyfriends, girlfriends, as well as schoolwork, and learn about saving the world. There's some very good twists and turns. Some truths are omitted from the main character, Bloom, and that is what the season handled. She's a teenager / college age, more college age, that discovers she has magical abilities and is sent to Althea, the college, to learn as well as keep others safe. She was raised by her parents that have no connection to the magical world, so she is told to keep that secret from them. And that's a big issue throughout the whole season. So, in the show, you've got your stereotypical jocks, the warriors, specialists as they call them. But you've also got on the fairy side, you've got the stereotypical entitled rich girl, the emo girl, the academic girl, the bullied girl, and the newbie, main character Bloom. As campy as it is from time to time, I thoroughly enjoyed this series because you see these monsters called the Burn Ones, and oh my goodness, they're like the level of in Stranger Things, the Demogorgon. That's scary. Very good. Very well done. I'm definitely looking forward to the second season. Because there's only 6 episodes in this season. And they're packed full of so much meaty goodness storyline-wise that they honestly could have made it 10 or 12 episodes. But still, oh, so good. It's got love and drama, mystery, action, betrayal, and magic. I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people might laugh and go, "Oh, that's a girl show or a lovey-dovey action chick flick romance." Blah, blah. No, it's good. It's good. I enjoyed it. The last episode is phenomenal. So, check it out. Fate can be found on Netflix. Farscape can be found on Amazon Prime. Star Trek Discovery, CBS All Access. Mandalorian, Disney Plus. So, there you go. All right, guys. So, take a chance and explore something new or old, but new to you. Adventure is out there. Go find it. I will see y'all next time. Later this week.